Imagine if we all just knew each other, you know what I mean? Like imagine you you walk in your town and you just know everyone. Like imagine if you just befriended everybody in your town. If you went up and spoke to everybody in your town, got to know them. Like, do you see how interesting this could be? Like, you've got like your family and your friends and you know them and you feel comfortable with knowing them. You feel comfortable around them. Then you go out into the world. You enter into a slight fight or flight mode. You enter into seeing threats around you, looking for social threats, right? You're perceiving in people all different things, judging people. This person's like that person's like this. You're fabricating uh you're fabricating a self and putting it onto people. But more importantly, you're fabricating this sense of them being foreign, them being somehow different, somehow, a stranger, strange, very strange. When you're with your family or friends, it's like, oh, I know who you are, familiar, not strange. Imagine if you knew everybody in your town, right? Everybody that you come into contact with as you go about your day. Imagine if you knew everybody. You'd become so comfortable, right? Like, think about this. Everybody's the same when you get to know them. Of course they are. It's like when you first, let's say you are developing a new friendship. When you first start interacting with this person, it's like, wow, this person's so cool. Oh my God, this person's sick. I'm so happy to be friends with them. And then down the line, it's just like, you kind of get disillusioned with that because you realize that you are fabricating this whole story, this whole narrative onto this person. But once you start hanging out more and more, you realize that they're just a person, just another human being with the same kinds of struggles as anybody else. They eat, they shit, they get tired, they get agitated, irritated, frustrated, they get happy. Just a human like anybody else. It's like when you first meet someone that you admire and that you want to become friends with or whatever, you kind of put them on this pedestal. It's like, wow, look at this person. Or it's the same, with someone that you initially think is, somehow lesser than you, somehow, not as evolved or whatever. You interact with them and it's just like, yeah, they're just another human being like me, same kinds of struggles and whatever. What I'm trying to say here is like, we're just like so scared of showing up in the world and being who we are. But why are we scared? Because we're not different. We're the same, like, we think that the struggles that we have and the sufferings that we go through, we think that they're so unique to us. But they're really not. And we think other people won't understand, but they will. People know, man. People know. Right? Like, once you know who you are, you know who everybody is. It's the same. So why are we not connected? Why do we go out into the world and not know each other? I'm sure that you go out into your town or whatever and you see the same people as you go about your day, because you're going about your routine. They're going about their routine. You cross paths many times, but you never speak to them. And it's funny, sometimes this happens and you build up this idea of who this person is. You've seen them so many times and you your mind just naturally conjures up this kind of self for this person. And then one day maybe you actually finally meet them and they're nothing like you imagined them to be. It just shatters your illusion of what you thought they were. And the other thing is a lot of the times you build up this fabricated sense of oh, this person's tough looking, this person's maybe too angry looking, and then you go and speak to them and they're just they light up, their soul comes through, you know what I mean? It's a lot of people have, rest in bitch face, and then you speak to, they're angry looking, you speak to them and they just, they light up, you kind of take them out of that trance. I've had this happen many times with people. It's the same with me. Sometimes I'm, got that rest in bitch face going on, or this kind of angry looking, serious face. Someone talks to me and I'm just yeah, wow, I'm open, because everybody wants that social interaction, you know what I mean? That's what, I've said in these videos time and time again, what everybody's really wanting is to feel it's to feel a sense of belonging, to feel connected. Everybody's going about doing their things, trying to stay on this path, their purpose, trying to reach their goals and whatever. But what everybody really wants is actually just to be connected, to feel loved, to feel seen. And so when you go and talk to someone and you snap them out of their trance, of their routine, maybe they're walking down fast, they're on their routine, they're on their purpose, they're trying to get somewhere. Yeah, sometimes, people won't have time for you, but you'll be surprised a lot of the times if you just go and speak to someone, it's they have time for you, It's if you stop someone in their tracks, they're trying to, progress along their purpose and reach their goals and whatever. You stop someone along the tracks, they give you the time to speak to them because that's what they actually really want. They don't want some goal of whatever, they want to be seen. They want to be connected. This is what I think we all want in this life, is to be seen by another human being. I was thinking about this today, actually. I was thinking, why do I film these videos? And why do I film videos on my other channel where I document my life? Why do I feel this need to share? Why do I feel this need to share? It's because I want to be seen, I want to be seen, cared for, understood. It's all coming back to this social thing, And yeah, there's definitely something to be said about having validating yourself unconditionally, not needing anybody's validation, not needing other people to see you, not needing other people to tell you if you're good or not, tell that you're worthy or not. There's something to be said about having innate unconditional self-worth within yourself. Yet at the same time, to be part of this human race, man, this is what we're doing, man. There's this human race going on and you're a part of it. And in this day and age, this culture has valued individuality far too much. It's too much now, man. We need to swing the pendulum back a bit, balance this out. We need community. We need people. And it's scary, of course it is, but this, I feel, is what we need in this world right now. So get seen and see other people, right? Acknowledge other people. Encourage other people. Compliment other people. Because we're all in this together, struggling. And if you can give some words of wisdom, words of encouragement, words of love, words of praise to someone else, just very briefly, it does a lot, man. It does a lot. It does a lot for them, and it does a lot for you, and it does a lot for everybody. Like, why are we not out in the world knowing everybody in our own town? Like, why are we not knowing more people, you know? When you go about your day, you should like probably be really seeing at least like 10 people that you know, and, you know, saying hello and giving them a handshake and being, you know, what are you up today? How's your day going? You know, haven't seen you in a couple of days, you know, what's been happening or whatever, you know? Like, where's this sense of community, man? I go out into the world, everybody's very individualized. My thing happening, and people are, you know, dressing in certain ways where it's like, I need to be validated by society at large, so, you know, I'm accepted. I think the reason why we are so scared to be seen by someone else, to really show up in the world in our authentic way, is because we don't love ourselves fully. And so if someone were to criticize us, we would get affected by that. We would be hurt by that. Because look, man, like, people are projecting their own trauma onto you, right? People are projecting left, right, and center all this shit onto you. And so, you know, not every, like, people are gonna perceive you through the filters of their own bullshit. So yeah, not everybody's gonna fucking like you or whatever. Like, people are gonna tease you, criticize you, not understand you, and whatever else. And so if you don't have sufficient love within yourself, you know, if you don't know who you really are, and someone says that, you could get affected by that and be like, oh my God, you know. And it's like, this is why people don't show up in the world. This is why people don't open themselves up and express themselves authentically, because they're afraid of getting hurt. But if you know what you really are, and if you love yourself fully, no one can hurt you, man. Like, if you love yourself and you understand all your own neuroses and flaws and weaknesses and strengths as well, if you notice that within yourself and you love it completely, and you do your best to work and understand with these neuroses that you have, and you're not hiding away from it, you know, you're actually acknowledging that, yeah, okay, yeah, this is here, then no one can hurt you, man. What can someone else say to you that you're going to be like, oh my God, that affects me so much? Because you've already fucking seen the darkness within yourself. You already know the bullshit within yourself. If someone points it out in you, you just go, yeah, I know, yeah, it's true. You know, I love myself anyway, and, you know, I'm working with this, you know, this is the karma I've got to work with, you know. So it's like, you show up into the world, you can't fucking get hurt, man. No one can affect you because you love yourself. So get seen, and see other people. Yeah, like a couple days ago, because, I'm not perfect in this. Like, this is like what I'm talking about here is like kind of just what is like my life. I'm kind of like, this is emerging in my life right now. This is what I feel needs to be emerged, needs to be nurtured more, right? So this is just still the beginning for me, this whole social thing of, showing up in the world and being seen and taking action in the world and just being authentic in the world and all this kind of stuff. This is still very new for me. It's like these ideas that I've been having about this and about, community, the importance of community and other people. It's still very new, It's like, it's only been like a year with these kinds of ideas. Beforehand, I was very misanthropic and cynical. And I still can be to some extent, but it's not anywhere near as much as it used to be. So this is still like emerging for me, but it's just like a couple of days ago, I was, going to the gym, and, I stopped off at the supermarket to get some coconut water for electrolytes. And, then my sister's partner, was there, and I just started to talk to him, and we just had a conversation, like a long conversation about, like weightlifting and whatever. And then I left the supermarket, and then there was like another friend that did like that used to do lights for my band when we played gigs, and just an overall friend. And I started chatting to him, and then I crossed the street lights, and then there was this other guy that I knew. He walked a bit further on, so I didn't get to actually interact with him. But he was just someone that I was just on the street, like maybe like a few months ago or a year ago. I was just like, hey man, nice pants. And then like I just saw him every now and again, and he had this kind of punk look, this punk rock look going on, and I'll just like give compliments every now and again. He does like yo-yos, and I was like, yo, sick yo-yoing. And it's just like you see the same person over and over again, in like a span of like a few months, very briefly. And it's like you just kind of give these like very brief compliments, or just, hello, how you going? And then like as time goes on more and more, you just start having longer and more deeper conversations. And then it's like, this is what I'm trying to say here. It's like I went through my day like in the span of like 5 minutes, 10 minutes or whatever. It's like I just saw 3 people that I knew as I was just going about my day, that I interact with. And it's like, imagine you keep doing this, you keep talking to people, you start to get to know people more and more. Like imagine you go out into the world and there's all these people that you've talked to again and again and again, formed a relatively deep relationship with, that you kind of know, Like imagine you go out into the world and like everybody that you see, you've got a connection with. You just, you know what I mean? And of course, you're not going to resonate with everybody. I understand, but it's like you can relate to everybody on a human level. And it's like, be a shapeshifter. Like when I talk about being a shapeshifter, I'm not talking about, being unauthentic. I'm just, because you are not one way, right? I used to think like this. I was like, I have to put myself in this one specific box, like this is who I am, and I can't be any different. But the thing is, it's like, if you're genuinely authentic, you are a shapeshifter, because every conditions that you're in are going to are going to make you behave in a different way, right? Interacting with different people are going to make you interact, like different environments, different people is going to change how you interact, but it's still your own innate, authentic expression, right? It's like you're not going to be how you are to your partner in the same way that you are to your parents, in the same way that you are to your grandparents, in the same way you are to your, I don't know, like nephew and nieces that are like toddlers, you know what I mean? Or that you're not going to be the same way to the dogs that you have or whatever. But it's still you coming through, right? It's still the authentic expression. And so you kind of just relate with people on, you know, like whatever kind of expression wants to come out that serves that moment, that serves the interaction. Does that make any sense? So you can go about the world and be a different person with every other person, but you're still you, you know? And people aren't going to think that you're being inauthentic, because they can sense when you're being authentic, even if your way of interacting with them or expressing something with them is different than the way you interact and express something with somebody else. You know what I mean? And I think that we have this feeling like there's something wrong, you know, it's like, I'm not enough and I've got to do this or be that or go there to be enough, to be worthy of existing in this society or whatever. But if you get to know everybody and you realize that we're all this human that's just struggling and just living, and then there actually isn't anybody that's like really telling you that you've got to do this and you've got to be that and you've got to go there to be enough, to be worthy. That it's just this weird, like ephemeral, like conceptual structure, social conditioning that's saying you got to be this, you got to do that, you got to go there to be enough. But if you actually get to know everybody, interact with every individual, no one actually has that innately, like deep in their soul. Like no one actually thinks that you're not enough or that they're not enough or whatever. No one thinks that. Like if you interact with them and you actually peel back the layers with them, you interact with their soul, you know, it's just, there's love there always, you know. And so when you do that, you start to realize, there's like nothing that I need to do. I'm enough already. I hope this is making sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but we have this concept of privacy, you know, like, I'm, you know, like, got to shut my blinds, don't want anybody to see. Like, dude, like I've got my desk is right at like a massive window facing the street. I can see so many people walk past every day, make eye contact with me in the window as I'm at my desk. Sometimes I wave at people and they wave back. And it's like, who cares, man? It's like sometimes I'm eating my porridge, like, sometimes I'm like, got my shirt off. Sometimes, you know, maybe I'm even like crying or something like. And it's just like, why do I need privacy, man? What's so private, you know? I am not this body. I'm not this human. I didn't make this human, you know? It's like, there's nothing private. It's like, it's like, you know, these things I got to keep secret, like, I can't fart, or, you know, like, oh, I've got these like guilty pleasures, these guilty pleasures. It's like all this implicit shit that it's like we think that, oh, it's just me that's this way, you know, it's just me that has these weird guilty pleasures, or this kind of this specific kind of struggles and sufferings. But it's like, no, I'll bet ya that so many people have this kind of stuff, right? And so what's actually private? You know, people are so gung-ho on privacy. I don't know, man. I'm just giving some thoughts, but it's interesting. Like, when you give up this sense of ownership and this sense of separation, being a separate self, everything's the same thing, right? It's like maybe you're on the bus and you're on your phone and you're looking at, I don't know, like a Reddit post or something, and it's like, oh, you know, it's like I've got to like be secret about this, private about this. I don't want anyone to see. But it's like, that's not like, this isn't my phone. This isn't my body. I didn't make this Reddit post. I didn't even choose to look at this Reddit post, because even that choice is part of this interconnected, interdependent causality, conditions that's all happening, you know, part of the time, part of all these webs and nodes of interconnected dependency. It's just reality happening. Like, it's you kind of understand what I'm saying. It's like, this is what I'm trying to say. It's like, you're not you. You're not you. You're not that unique. You're not that special. You know, yes, of course, every human is unique and special in their own rights, but it's like, fundamentally, there's nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this video, I'm kind of dragging this video out a bit, but I just feel like I'm trying to get this point across, man. Like, why are we so individualized? Why are we so got these like blinders on? Like, open them up, open it up. Be open with people, because you're not. Like, what have you got to hide, man? What have you got to hide, you know? What do you got to hide? So, I don't know. I guess that's all I've got to say for you. Get seen, man. Get eyeballs on your eyes, and get your own eyeballs on other people's eyes. Please like and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. And come join our online community if you want to get seen, right? I think this is really important, man. So click that top link in the description, The Truth Playground, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.